Hello, my channel mammals. I think because it's pouring rain today, it's a perfect day for making orange tea bread with a whole orange. All the seagulls and the ducks are out there fishing, and so we can go inside and make orange tea bread together. Hi, my channel mammals. Guess what? We're in the galley again. At least I'm making videos, right? So this one is, for me, such a surprise, and I think it's going to be lots of fun for you. It's not a surprise anymore because I tested it, which I never do. Usually I just jump right into it and I don't really know what I'm doing when I'm with you. But this time I just felt, I was so excited to try it that I did. And the first one was a success. However, I kept on trying them with, I found out after I discovered this very strange concoction, I opened up my phone again and it was everywhere. I don't know how it knew to just fill my phone with 25 different recipes for the same simple thing. And so I thought, oh my goodness, maybe it could be better. And so I kept on trying and trying, and sometimes it got worse. And sometimes it got a little bit better. And then when I tried to change things around, for instance, the first recipe asked for lemon extract. But when I tasted it, though it was a perfect cake, it's a tea cake. Okay, here's the exciting part. It's a whole orange tea cake. You take the orange and you throw it whole into a blender. Isn't that funny? Then you throw everything else in there, turn it on, and pour it into the place, whatever you're cooking it in. So anyway, it's funny, but and then I thought, I don't like the taste of the extract. I can taste it. So then I tried the juice, and then it got kind of custard-like because it wasn't enough of the flour, I think, to counter the lemon juice. I mean, it just went on and on. I kept trying different things. One said, oh, it has to be with almond, flour, and I thought, okay, I'll do half almond flour. And that one, I mean, they all had their little things. I just kept thinking, I know I can do this better. So I found another one today. So not even doing a tried and true recipe. And this one's one that's very simple. But anyway, we'll see what. So it is an experiment. We are experimenting with this. And, oh, here's something I do know about. I just thought of this. Look, see this hook? Well, if you have a steel door, and of course you probably can hardly see it over here in the dark. If you have a steel door in your house or in your barn, or where else would you have a steel door? I don't know, where you store your paints or something like that. Just remember that if you put a magnet on the steel door, you can have an instant hook. So I needed a place to hang my aprons. So see, I mean, it's just great. You just go bloop, and they're right here. But what I did is we have lots of big magnets on Yankee. I don't know why. But see, look at this. It's a big magnet. And it's very sturdy. It's hard to move it. You can move it, but you really have to work hard. And then this is made of copper. So, does copper get magnetized? No, this must be copper coated steel. This is steel. And then I put this chain around it. See, the chain is stuck on here. See how it sticks around here? And with the hook, and there I have a place. And honestly, the biggest typhoon waves can come, and nothing is going to take this off the store. So that's a little helpful hint for those of you who have been thinking about that and didn't know what you could possibly use for your aprons. Okay, so now down to what I really am supposed to be talking to you about. Oh, I was going to light the candles on the table. I know it's silly, but I think I should. Okay, so now, for no reason at all, we have candles on the table. We're not even going to see the table. We're just going to be working on a recipe. But I just thought, wouldn't it be fun to have our table? This is what it's like at dinner time, every night. I mean, it's different all the time, but whatever flowers we get, we have with us for dinner. Okay, well now speaking of lighting things, let's light the cooker. Now, I also use these used matches for lighting the cooker because you can't light the cooker without having a flame already. So this is how we light the top of the burners. Usually it lights the first one, but of course it has stage fright. And then this is what you see. It makes it. See this? Did you see this part? You see it? That's how you light the burner for welding. So it's a weld, but it's great because it doesn't use matches. It just continually has that abrasion, and it lights that. So okay, now I'm going to light the oven with a used match. Oh, I forgot. I made some. Oh, these will be ready for dinner tonight. When I made these yesterday, I always put something in the oven when it's heating up. I think I've told you about that before. These are delicious. These are not regular yams. They're reddish color, and they're white inside, and they're honey sweet. In their own way, they're just marvelous. Oh, I think I still have some more. I might put another couple in. So I use that huge oven. It's only for one loaf of bread, or cake, or whatever. So oh shucks. Well, I'll just put a couple of potatoes in there, regular potatoes. Yeah. Do you cover your potatoes? It sort of helps them not to grow eyes, but not always. But I'll just throw these in here. So we'll have these for dinner tonight. With the others as well. Oh, they're just amazing. Okay. And it's at 350. And of course we have no idea what this old girl thinks what 350 is. But that's okay. Now, the other thing that's great about this cake, although I'm not sure if I'm going to go by the rules with it, but we'll see, is you put it in a blender. So you just, I'm sorry to be butting in front of all of you, but you know, when I tried to make this video before, I kept on, getting you splattered in the face with batter, falling on the floor on your heads, tipping over, rolling around the counters. It was just upside down. You must have been dizzy by the time I finished with you. But anyway, now this recipe has almost nothing in it. It has self-rising flour, so you don't have baking powder, you don't have salt. It has sugar. I put more sugar than it asks for. It asks for 100 grams of sugar, but they say if you like it sweeter, use 50 more. So I did, because I do like it sweeter, because when you put these in, okay, and then 3 eggs, and I'm going to give you this recipe, but if this works, I'll give you this recipe. But it doesn't ask for lemon. It doesn't ask for, as much of different, it's just bizarre how many different ways they do this. What I've been doing, so it asks for 1 whole orange. So I'm already breaking all the rules, because at the store that knows the neighborhood, I might have told you about it before, you do take off the little stems. You don't want those in your cake. So if you have a stem, you want to take it off. But, little like that, take it off. And there, see, whoops. Why is it so stubborn? Usually they pop right off. Okay, so it calls for a whole orange, but they almost never have whole oranges in the $1.50 bags. Sometimes they do in their juice oranges, but they look kind of peaked to me. But look they have clementines a lot. And see how lush the skin is? Plus it's very little pith. And the pith is the bitter part of the skin, the most bitter part. The most flavor is in the oil of the outside of the skin. Have you ever done this? Oh, I should do this with you sometime. It works best with a grapefruit. But if you don't believe there's oil in the skin, I'm trying to think of who you could bring into the head with you, into the bathroom or the head. You bring a child with you or a grown-up, and you take a grapefruit and cut the skin off, cut some skin, like peel it, and take the peel and squeeze the peel like this and light a match, and it makes the brightest flames, and it burns bright flames in the dark. It lights up your face. Have you ever done that before? I've done it with lifesavers too. Wintergreen lifesavers or spearmint lifesavers, you know, the white kinds. If you go into the bathroom, close the door. It has to be dark. It has to be at night, no light from the windows. And you bite the side of you have to keep your mouth kind of open and bite the side of the lifesaver. And look in the mirror. It makes a spark. You don't even need a match. Just it makes a spark. Isn't that great? But with the skin of I've done it with an orange or with a grapefruit. I've never done it with a clementine, but I'm sure it works. But anyway, I'm teaching you all my tricks. This is not fair. I hope you tell me some tricks, because I need new ones all the time to keep everybody entertained. Anyway, what I decided was, I thought, okay, 3 clementines is about like an orange, but maybe not quite. But it's a lot of skin. So I thought I'll take a 4th clementine and take the skin off of it, so we don't have too much of the skin, because it not only is it the most flavor, but it's also a bit bitter, you know, compared to the fruit. So you just go like this. Bloop, 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 bloop. And then this calls for 3 eggs, others called for 4. I have no idea the advantage. Bloop, bloop, bloop. And you do what I do. You get every last drop. And then you take the sugar. And I'm being a bit dangerous putting the full amount of sugar, but oh well. I think it's going to be really delicious. And then the oil. And this oil is just regular vegetable oil. You know all those fancy recipes that they show? Aren't they beautiful? How they show the noise effects of slicing things, and oh, they're just so much better. I don't know. I shouldn't really do recipes. They're getting better and better. I shouldn't really mess with this. I'm not that good at telling you all the steps, and I'm trying to get better by promising you that I'll give you the recipe. But if the recipe isn't good, I probably shouldn't give it to you. But we'll see in a minute. I didn't want to waste any of this oil, so I'm just going to leave it upside down for a minute, because we also have the flour. 250 grams of self-rising flour this is. First time I've used that for this recipe, so who knows? Who the heck knows? Right? We'll find out. Okay. Now this I put in at the end because I do have enough sense as a home baker to not mix the flour too much, or it does tend to get rubbery, okay, or something like that. So, oh dear. Usually, okay, I'm just going to set this back where I usually keep it. Okay, so now watch. If you go down low, get on your knees. Are you all on your knees now? Okay, I just really want you to watch this. It's such a fun way to make a cake. I think I'll cover it just in case it splatters in your eyes because you're down quite close. Okay, so, oops, I have to, oh, it's on. Okay, ready? Oh, watch out. Isn't that great? So you can do I think you can do as much as you like when it's before the flour's in there. And then when you put the flour in, you don't need to do it very much at all. But also, it's a little tricky with the flour because it sometimes will stick to the sides or something. So I'm just, there's where I want to be careful in case okay. Now, here we go. Just a wee bit here. I might have to just do some stirring. I'm worried about this part. Okay, now I'm mixing it in by myself here. It does say to take it and pour it into a bowl, but I see no sense of that. As long as you get the flour mixed in, you don't need to waste and make it be like a real cake. I like it being a weird cake like this. See, now I just do one more little mix and I think it's going to be okay. You don't want flour bits in there, but you also don't want it to get mixed so much that it changes its gluten. I guess it's the gluten that comes out too quickly or something. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Let's try a little bit more. I think that's quite enough. Yes, that's really good. It's a nice pourable batter. See, it's a kind of a pourable batter. Gently. Here, I'll take it up here. You can see it in the light. I think it's pretty good. I just want to use plain flour for dusting the tins because it's not as expensive as the kind of flour that comes with the what do you call it? The self-rising flour. Okay, so what I do is sometimes I drip a little oil on the counter, so I pick that up, and I don't know if there's any left in here, but basically instead of having to open up the oil container again, I usually, yeah, there's oil, see? It's pouring in here, which would have just been washed out. See the oil on the cloth? Yeah, and it's coming out of this. See, that would have been thrown away. I mean, it's a bit silly to be that silly about it, but it's sporty, that's the thing. Now, these, so you just wipe it in there, you see? I almost never use paper towel, but I don't really like getting a rag dirty with oil, so I just use a paper towel. Okay, and then a wee bit of flour. Of course, I can't find a spoon for the life of me. So what I have to do when I need a spoon, for some reason, I don't know why they're all tucked away, but I have to open up this work. Oh, this is something you've never seen me open before. This is a work chest, you know, for tools. And this is where I keep the silverware. See these little plugs? That's what, watch. See, when they're up, you can open this up. And then when you want to close it up, you just stick this back in here. And then you close this. It's nice and tucked away. It weighs a ton. I can, but I don't want to tip the whole table over getting it off, but it's heavy. but it's kind of fun. And one time, Bob, you remember Bob? He came over and he said, "Oh, you've got a Kennedy, tool chest." And I said, "How did you know?" and he said that they used to make them in the 50s. And, so you see, I stow silverware, knives and forks down here, big spoons here, and for having in the summertime, little parfait spoons. There's every kind of spoon, there's every kind of fork, there's every kind of knife. Isn't this funny? So I was just going to get a spoon. And then what's it up here? Oh, more spoons. Do you think we have enough spoons? Isn't that great? And then there are all kinds of things like picks for seafood and clamps to close down on the seafood. Oh, and dainty little holders for lamb chops, so your fingers don't get dirty because you have to gnaw on a lamb chop. Okay, well, enough of that. Let's get back to work. Be sure to share the video if you like it with people that you think will get a chuckle out of it or get some information that's useful. Also, to subscribe. That's very important, evidently. I'm pretty sure this is ready. Oh, isn't it adorable? It is so cute. Oh, and wait till you taste it. Oh, it's just unreal. I'm pushing it a little because I want you to see it before you all have to go off and do other things. But normally you would wait and it just kind of shrinks away from the side. But I think it's going to be okay. Here we are. It's just that this is a little bit big for this size little dainty cake here. Oh my goodness. Look, can you see? Look how orange it is. It's completely orange. And there's little tiny bits, teeny tiny bits. You see the little teeny tiny bit? Oh, I don't know if you can see it. Of the rind. We have to taste it. Oh gosh. It's smoother when you cut it when it's cool. But you can get it, you can see another little bit around there. It is the most delicious taste. Well, we won't eat this in front of you because it's just too cruel. I think I will send you the recipe though, don't you think? First, let me say adieu. I might as well finish where I started. And take off my apron. And goodbye, my channel mammals. Have a lovely afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. And I hope you try to make this, and have as much fun as I've been having with you. Thank you.